Okay, so this lesson is single loan payments. First to start off, even though that I'm not here, you guys know what's required. Make sure your cell phones are put away. Make sure that you signed in. I left the stamp up on the ledge. Make sure that you stamp your planners for today. Okay, so first and foremost, we're single loan payments. So we're getting out of credit cards and moving into actual loans. You want to be getting your notes done. Both examples, we're going to go through those. And then on page 307, you want to be getting through number 12. We'll be finishing this one Wednesday, so if you get through 12, just continue on. First, we need to talk about the vocabulary. Single loan payment, that's what we're working on in this case. It basically means it's one physical loan, like a car loan, like a home loan, although this is simple interest. Promissory note, this is a contract written out between you and the lender that you promise to pay. Promissory notes enforceable, so whoever the lender is, if you end up defaulting on the loan, in other words, not making your payments as contractually required to, then they can sue you. Maturity value. Think of this just like what it sounds like. Once you hit maturity, you're more responsible, you make better decisions, so on and so forth. Same thing here. Maturity value means the amount that you originally borrowed plus the interest, so the total amount paid by the time the loan is finished. Term. Term is what the period of time is. If it's a 36-month loan, 3 years, that would be the term, 36 months. Principal. This is the amount that you originally borrow. So if it's a $2,000 loan, the principal that you're borrowing, that you're obligated to pay back, that would be the principal. Okay, ordinary interest and exact interest. All this is time. Ordinary, which we're going to go through, is 360 days, and exact is 365. Okay, so in your problems, it'll say ordinary interest, or it'll say exact interest. And if it's exact, you're using 365 days. If it's ordinary, it's 360. Okay, so here's our formula. We take the principal, the amount being borrowed, times the rate. Remember, the rate, you have to move the decimal place twice. And then time. The original formula, it's the assumption that's made that it's 1 year. So, ordinary interest, same thing. We have principal, rate, and now the time is days over the total amount of the year, 360. Exact interest, time, the amount of days, divided by 365. So I actually show you how to do this in the calculator and write out the steps. So example number 1, the person's borrowing $7,200. Their rate is 6%, so we 0.06. Now, they borrowed it for 91 days, and it told us was ordinary, so it's 360, the 91 over 360. So how we solve this, the way it goes in the calculator, 7,200 times 0.06 times 91 divided by 360. Let's talk about this. That's a fraction. A fraction means division. So if you put it in the calculator this way, you're going to get the right answer. In this case, it's $109.20. So this is how much the interest is. Taking the principal, taking the rate, taking the time, multiplying them, it gives us how much interest. Now, interest is what the loan is costing you at the end of the day. So they're borrowing $7,200 for 91 days at ordinary interest. It's costing them $109.20. So the maturity value, or when the loan finishes, they originally borrowed $7,200. The amount of the loan that's costing them in interest is $109.20. That is their maturity value. We add them together. $7,309.20 is the maturity value. That's the total amount repaid. So you might want to keep that in mind in regards to maturity value. Total amount repaid. Okay. Step 2 is no different than what we just did, except now it's 365 because it is exact interest. So same thing, 7,200 times 0.06 times 91 divided by 365 gives us an answer of $107.70. Now notice this. Exact, ordinary. 91 days, 91 days, okay? But it's divided by 360. Okay, or 360 versus 365. So as a consumer and you're borrowing money, you're hoping it's an ordinary interest rather than exact because there's a little bit of savings there, right? Between the 109 and the 107. So same thing, we're going to figure out the maturity value. We're going to take the 7,200, add the 107.70, giving us our total of $7,300.70. So pretty straightforward. I would highly suggest you write the formulas out at the top of your paper as you go ahead and do the problems. Okay, example 2 is a little bit different because it's giving us an answer. So it's an algebra problem. We need to solve for it. Half the battle is just setting up the problem correctly. So this is the information, what the problem is telling us. It starts on March 1st. The principal is $1,500. That's the amount that they're borrowing. The rate is 7.8%. The maturity value, $1,529.25. So this is the interest and the principal. So we can see this clearly because it's an even dollar amount. $1,500, maturity value $1,529.25. So we know that the interest being accumulated in this case is $29.25. It also tells us this it's ordinary in the problem. Okay, so how we set this up, $1,500, okay, the very first thing we have to do is figure out what the interest is. We take the maturity value, we subtract it from the amount borrowed, original, $1,500, so $1,529.25, subtract by $1,500 is $29.25. We're going to work with this number because this is the interest. So, algebra problem, we know what the interest is, we're going to go backwards. So $29.25, we know what the principal is, we know what the rate is. We don't know the amount of days, but we do know the amount that it's ordinary interest. Okay, so how we solve this? We now have this set up. We're trying to solve for the days. That's what we don't know. Okay, so we're going to combine like terms. We can combine the 1,500 and we can combine the rate. So we're going to multiply those two. So 1,500 times 0.078 is 117. We're going to bring down the t, so 117 times t, and then we're going to put 360 at the bottom. So if you take your calculators and you take the 1,500 times 0.078 equals, it's 117 on your calculator. So 117, we don't know what t is, but if we knew what t was, we can multiply it and then divide it. Same step that we did here. Principal, rate, days, divided by the ordinary interest of 360. Okay, so how we solve this is this. It's 117t over 360. This is a fraction, so it means division. So we're going to do the inverse operation. We're going to multiply both sides by 360, and that's going to cancel them out. Okay? So we take the 360, we multiply it by the other side. Okay? When I say other side, I mean the equal sign. So now we're going to take 360, multiply it by 29.25, and we get 10,530. We bring down the rest of the problem of the 117t. This means multiply. We're going to divide both sides. Numerator goes in the calculator first. 10,570 divided by 117 gives us our unknown number of 90 days. Now, we can also check this. So if we take 1,500 and we multiply 0.078, multiply by 91 days, divided by 360, ordinary interest, equals $29.25. I don't think you can see that because it's probably too small. So our answer checks out. We're right on this. Once again, set up the formula, figure out what it is unknown that you're solving for. The way you get rid of this fraction is this. Combine like terms, and then put the t with it because it's still multiplied. That's what we're trying to figure out. We're trying to figure out the time, the days. We still have the 360. Put that as a fraction. Divide 360 by both sides. And then the 360 divided by 2925, 10,530. Divide by 117. Figure out what your missing days are. Okay, so that is it. Once again, you want to get through problem number 12. Please be respectful to the sub. You guys are pretty good, but I shouldn't have to go over this stuff. Don't take advantage, okay? Get your assignment done. Make sure your cell phones are put away. Make sure your headphones are put away. So you don't have hats on and stuff. And please, do me a favor. Show respect for the class. Make sure that your guys' stuff goes back. You guys are pretty good. Within this period, really don't have an issue. So sub's going to play the video for you. Get your notes done. Start this. If it needs to be played again, or I'll address it when I get back. So that's it. Have a great day. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Thanks.